No, you had two really good passes in that game where you managed to hit both Morgan and Dante in the box. What did you see on the field that made you comfortable to make those passes at those moments?
Well, I think both Lewis and Dante are great at making those runs in behind. They have very good timing on them, so it's something we practice on in the week and also in the games. I think we had a couple of chances to do that, so I think it was unfortunate it didn't pay off today, but hopefully it will in the coming games.
Next, go to George.
Can you talk a little bit about Carlos' performance tonight? He actually had a great game. Just talk a little bit about Carlos' performance today.
Yeah, it was fantastic, as you say. Had some really great saves to keep us in the game. I think it was some fantastic saves, and really happy that he could help us today to keep the clean sheet. Unfortunately, he couldn't win, but yeah, as you said, he made some great saves and kept us in the game where we were struggling a little bit. So yeah, fantastic performance. Also coming back, only training a few days to put in that performance was incredible from him.
Next, go to Sean.
Did another shutout. How does your defense as a unit come to fucking be and over the other teams?
Yeah, I think it was an okay performance defensively. I think we gave up a few chances. As I mentioned before, Carlos had to make a great couple of saves. Of course, that's great that he did that, but we gave up a few chances that we maybe could have not given up. But the most important thing is to keep the clean sheet, and that we did today.
Next, go to Gary.
Speaking about you and coaching the entire group, we had a shutout for Newport, we had a shutout tonight. What does that say about the entire team and your ability not to score? However, you're keeping other teams off the score. I mean, is that a concern? Some of the fans might see that's a concern. Do you feel you share in that sentiment?
Well, I think, for example, I think the most important thing is to limit the chances that the opponent get today. As I said before, I think they got a little bit too many chances. For like last game, they had 2 chances and 2 goals, and then it looks bad. But today they had maybe 5 chances and no goals. So I think the most important thing is to try to keep working and try to limit those chances to as few shots as possible, and then over time that will give us more shutouts and more wins, hopefully.
Follow-up question. Do you feel that the entire group is getting better game by game? From where I see that's been happening. It seems that for every game you guys play, you shut down games gotten much better. Do you see that with the entire group by yourself?
Definitely. I think we train really hard, so we put in great work during the week, and that makes us, of course, improve. And we have a new coach for the year, so everything's not gonna come off first like couple of games. So I think now we're getting into it, but we want wins, and today we didn't get it, so we're disappointed about that. We need to get wins on the board, and hopefully we can do that next couple of games.
Next, go to JJ.
No, obviously you feel with some level of heat over in Europe. It's obviously a much hotter and humid climate here. What's been that transition like for you, adapting to the weather?
Yeah, it's been an adaptation. I can tell you that today was the worst I've ever experienced. I think even the sun wasn't on, but the humidity was one of the worst I've experienced actually. Like where I'm from in Sweden, also north of Europe, it doesn't. Don't think I've experienced heat like this back home. So yeah, as you say, it's an adaptation, but it's something you have to deal with. Like it's the same for both teams, so we have to deal with it. But it's difficult. That's a fact.
Next, we go to Boss on Zoom.
Thank you for the time, Noah. I just want to ask you on the message that Coach possibly had at halftime, and just on for you personally. We've seen you be allowed to have more of a free role and show the kind of skill set that you can offer, being able to go up a little ahead of the defense and have shots on goal. Can you just expand on that style of your play and how it benefits the team?
First question, at halftime we tweaked a little bit how we wanted to pressure them from the first half, and then he just said that we should keep going, that we created the chances, that to keep the energy high. We know that they played midweek, so if we kept the energy high we would get chances at the end of the game, which we did. So I think we just had to keep going from the first half, and I think it was a good performance overall. On the second question, I think it's something I'm used to, like in my old club. That was kind of the role that I had there, that to push on when we played 3 at the back, as we did a bit later in the game today. When you have 3 center backs, you can push on a little bit, and join the attack a little bit more. When it's two, that's a little bit different of a role. So I think I tried to do the best, and unfortunately I couldn't score today. That was disappointing.
Everyone, we have time for one more question with Noah. We'll go to Daniel Rebane.
No, obviously you've shown your technical ability from the back. When Daniel Edelman or another midfielder potentially isn't in the lineup due to suspension or injury, has the coaching staff ever talked to you about stepping into that sixth role, and what would your comfortability be if they asked you to do that?
No, it's not something we've talked about. I think I think it's very different to play in there with the. I think when you're a centre back, even if it's 2 or 3, you have the whole game in front of you. Then it's much easier. So I think I don't. I will do whatever if the coach asks me to do it. I will try my best, of course. But I'm not sure I would be as good as the other guys. I think playing with your back against with a man in your back is very difficult. I think that's something that I leave to the other guys, and I try to. It's easier for me to have the game in front of me, but if the coach or anyone asks me to do it, I would of course try my best and for the team. But it's not something we have discussed so far.
Noah, thank you for joining us. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.